Incoming comms.
Let me tell you a story before you go. There once was a scientist. He abandoned his family to delve into the secrets of coral. His work yielded a carnival of horrors, augmentation surgery included. But there was another scientist. He took his colleagues' sins upon himself and set it all ablaze. Died with no regrets. There's a lesson in this story. Once something's alive, it doesn't die easy. 621. Story time's over. It's time for work.
Hey, I can now steal their emblem. Reach the coral convergence. Eliminate the 2 ACs dispatched by the corporations and reach the coral convergence. Blah. Concludes chapter. We'll listen to the briefing, but we're not going to do this tonight.
You saw the ruins. Institute City, the mausoleum of the sinners who caused the fires of Ibis. The coral's right there, waiting. Arquebus has ordered us to discontinue the survey and hand things over to their own AC squad. 621. We're done with the corporations. Wipe out the Arquebus AC squad and get to the coral first. When this job is over, I'll tell you about the last of my friend's requests.
Yeah. Okay. Not tonight. Not tonight. We can do some arena. King, Michigan, although by himself, and Freud. Let's try the arena real quick.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program number 3. Only the best remain. Subject AC, Aster Crown. Call sign, King. Commencing evaluation.
Main system activating combat mode. AP at 50%.
Oh, son of a bitch!
At 30%.
How do you move so fast? I literally cannot match your speed no matter what I do. He recovers from stun instantly. He recovers from stun the instant he is stunned. I'm sorry, this has to be literally just a case of the computer cheating. It's impossible to recover from being stunned that quickly.
Combat mode. AP at 30%.
Well, I figured out how I have to hit him with the charge. The only way to do it is to charge up my saw and release it before he even gets stunned. Which is stupid, you might you might realize that's dumb. That's also not what I hit.
AP at 50%. AP
Yeah, okay. I see how it is.
main system activating combat mode.
Yeah. When you don't get to fucking cheat and ignore your stun, it's not so easy, is it?
Evaluation. Well done.
Fucking asshole. Nice emblem. I will give you that much. But fucking asshole. Alright. Michigan.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program. Number 2. Rank S. Subject AC. Liger Tail. Call sign Gun 1, Michigan. Commencing evaluation.
Alright, I've already fought you once, and I did manage to beat you, so I should be able to do this again. It might take a try or two, though. Nope. Okay.
Target destroyed. Your next opponent stands at the apex of the arena.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it, but at least he's not a goddamn quad that can ignore stuns. V1 Freud.
Final Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program. This will be the last evaluation.
Laser blade, plasma missiles.
Subject AC. Locksmith. Call sign V1.
I'm not sure what those other weapons are. I don't know if I've seen them yet. Alright, come on, motherfucker, let's do this.
Main system activating combat mode.
Gotcha, bitch. Close one, but I fucking gotcha, bitch.
Target destroyed. This concludes all evaluations. We thank you for your cooperation.
Oh, I got his laser drone. Let me see what that laser drone does. If that's one that actually follows enemies and not a turret, that could be very useful.
Incoming comms.
Congratulations, you have completed all ranks. Though these encounters may be simulated, you have reached the apex of our roster. We would be grateful were you to aid us in our research and development. All Might exists for all mercenaries.
Completed all the combat training. Got that. Okay, so I've already got it unlocked for the left side, I think. These drones surround enemy machines and provide supporting laser fire. The drones also pursue enemies, allowing the user to effectively outnumber their target. Oh, I love them. Okay, I use these in Silent Line. Oh, and you can charge them up? They don't last very long, but that's okay. The ones in Silent Line were ridiculously broken. We're buying that immediately. We may actually put that on. Let's take that out for a quick spin just to test it and see how it works. Yeah, I mean, you're right, Warhorse. Some mechs are just classed better than others, and that's not my problem. My problem is... I don't... Okay. Me refusing to adapt to an unfavorable matchup, that's my fault, right? That's like... Say, for example, Balteus early on in the game. If I had left and picked up dual pulse guns and came back, I've seen how fast dual pulse guns shred his shields. I probably would have been able to get him down much easier, but I was stubborn, and I decided to stick with the handguns and the blade and the missiles, and it took me an hour to beat him. So that one's on me. Thank you for the hydrate. Let me sip. That one's 100% on me. But when the enemy ACs, who are supposed to be following the same rules that you're following, do things that you can't do, that's when I feel like the game is being a little bit unfair, right? Like, I have no qualms about Michigan or Freud or King being difficult, but when they can recover from being stunned faster than I can swap weapons, when they can straight up just get stunned and then immediately quick boost out of it, you can't do that. There is no possible way for you to do that. This is the only Armored Core game that has stun. None of the other Armored Core games had this mechanic. This is new for 6, unless it was in 4 or 5, which I'm not sure of, but I'm pretty sure it's new for 6. But when they get stunned and then immediately dash out a half a second later or sooner, you can't do that. When you are stunned, you are held in place for a second. That is the way that it works for you. I can get stunned. I'll show you. I'll show you. Let's just get a tetrapod out here. Come on, you can do better than that. Keep going. Stunned. I was mashing quick boost that entire time. That was the fastest I could get out of that stun. I was held in place before that. I could not do anything. I couldn't heal, I couldn't shoot, I couldn't dodge, nothing. The enemies are not restricted by that, which means that they are cheating. And I'm not a fan of that. Right? I have no problem with the upper echelons of the arena being hard. I just have a problem with them doing things that you can never hope to do. All right. Okay. This takes a long time to reload. Yeah. Okay, so the drones are cool, but they have seriously been nerfed from the previous games, which is honestly fine. They needed a nerf.
AP at 50%.
And now I'm just bullying test ACs. Nothing will beat some of the stuff from 2 in the arena for bullshit. I've never played Armored Core 2. I had a copy of Armored Core 2 Another Age. My disc was scratched. I couldn't actually use it. There was some bullshit in well, no. There was sort of some bullshit in 3 in Silent Line. Because, okay, alright. It's time for an Armored Core lore lesson, real quick, okay? So, in the original Armored Core games, Armored Core Project Phantasma, and Armored Core Master of Arena, there was something called the Human Plus program. And lore-wise, what this is the beginning of human augmentation. And gameplay-wise, what it is in those games, if you failed a mission, you couldn't just retry. If you failed a mission, you got no payout, you paid for your expenses, and the game went on. Which made them, in some ways, much harder, because it was possible to get into a no-win situation. If your pilot went into enough debt, you could actually subject yourself to experimental surgery in order to wipe the slate clean and start again. And this was called the Human Plus program. And you could do this multiple times. I want to say there were like 6 or 7 different levels of Human Plus. And each time you got new abilities that you couldn't have if you weren't playing as Human Plus. If you didn't know that you had to go into like 60,000 credits of debt in order to do this, you would never get these abilities. But enemy ACs would use them. And they were powerful. They were things like you could use your laser blade on your left arm, and with the right button combination, you would actually use it as a projectile weapon. You would shoot out like a blade beam. There was one that improved your lock-on significantly. There was one that improved your booster efficiency significantly. And the one that I always remembered was in Armored Core 1, if you had an AC that had a cannon on his back, like a grenade launcher, you didn't just have to stop and absorb the recoil. You had to get down on one knee, stabilize it with your arm like you're firing like a bazooka in real life, or a recoilless rifle. And you had to completely stop, be on the ground, and fire it that way. Unless you were using a quad leg or a tank leg. And quad legs still couldn't fire them in the air. One of the Human Plus upgrades was you could fire cannons whenever the hell you wanted. And there are several ACs in that game that use that, and it is pretty unfair, but possible, to fight against them. That's quite like this game. Like, as much as I bitch about them, you know, exploiting the stun mechanic, it's unfair, but I have eventually beaten everything that's been thrown at me. So it's not impossible, it's just unfair. So that's how it worked in the original game. And I don't know how it worked in 2, I didn't play it. In 3, they had something called, they had optional parts, which were little optional parts you could put in your AC. They didn't take up any weight or energy, but your core could only support a certain number of them. And there was a special one you unlocked when you beat the game called the OP Intensify. And it was basically the Human Plus program. Took up all your core slots, all of them, so you couldn't equip anything else. And it had a bunch of different abilities that you had to unlock by doing specific things in missions. And I believe you got hints for those. If you unlocked them in the right order, it would give you hints for the next one. But it was basically the Human Plus program, and it did the same thing. Improved lock-on, improved boosters, improved cooling. Armored Core 3 had a system where your AC could overheat, and it was kind of awful. And of course, firing back weapons on biped legs. And again, a lot of the higher arena opponents used the OP Intensify before you had any access to it. Granted, you could beat the game and get access to it before you ever fought anybody above C rank in the arena, but it's kind of bullshit. But even then, I think that this game, the thing that the enemies are doing with their stuns, I think is actually worse, because as far as I know, there's no way for you to get that ability. You know, in Armored Core 1, you could get the Human Plus abilities. In Armored Core 3, you could get the OP Intensify abilities. In this game, I don't think it's possible. I honestly think, and I don't like saying this, but I think that FromSoft actually realized that they couldn't make an AI that competes with a competent human pilot. So, not me. Definitely not me. But they couldn't make an AI opponent that would compete with a competent human pilot if they were on a level playing field, so they gave the AI an advantage. That's the only way I can think of how these people are recovering from their stuns so quickly. But then again, maybe I'm absolutely insane and it is working as intended, and that's just that switching weapons is a lot slower than I think it is. I don't know. If I ever want to see it, Vadi played all the games to full completion. Let's say some of those fights are brutal. I think I've seen that video, but I might go back and watch it again. Okay. I need a palate cleanser before I end for the night. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and do my money-making mission, which is Operation Wall Climber. This is going to be nice. This is going to be quick. It's going to be an easy, like 300-something K. And this is going to be going towards me buying the rest of the parts. And also, we get to see Rusty and not fight him in this, which is nice, because I like Rusty.
Main system activating combat mode.
Oh shit, I have got the wrong back part on.
Start by clearing the way for Arquebus. Take out the Gatling cannons protecting the city, and the Baus Tetrapod MT further in. There's heavy fire coming from up top. 621. Keep an eye out for cover.
You'll never climb the walls, Corporation dog! Coral! Abide with Rubicon!
Gatling cannons destroyed. The friendly MT squad will take care of the city. You take care of the Baus Tetrapod MT 621.
Forged in act! We stand as one! Die, mercenary!
And anyways, I choose to believe this is the canon way we climb the wall, because otherwise, why would they call you the wall climber if it took 15 minutes and 4 deaths? This is how you do it. It's going to take like 4 minutes. We're going to take out all their defenses. It's going to be great. Although I really want to get rid of those laser drones. I don't really like them.
621. I've dispatched a supply Sherpa. Make sure you...
Again, though, the ones in 3, the laser drones in 3 were absolutely broken. Like, make no mistake.
That's the Juggernaut, a heavy mobile cannon. I wouldn't recommend taking it head on. It won't be able to keep up with Steel Haze. I'll distract it while you hit its blind spot. That's the stuff. Walter knows how to pick 'em. This is V4. Understood. Raven, I just got an update from Snail at command. We've got enemy reinforcements incoming. If I don't intercept them, we're both toast. Hate to leave you like this, but you'll have to finish without me. He's gone. So much for our decoy.
Ow. That was a mistake. I'm used to being a little bit more nimble when I do this.
AP at 30%.
Close enough. That should be an S rank.
Operation Wall Climber is a success. That pilot, Rusty, it seems he knew who you really are. It won't matter. I've taken that contingency into account.
Yep, S rank. And 3.4K. And that took 3 minutes? Anyway, there you go. That's how I make money. Alright. I think that's a good place to call it, because I don't want to get into the next mission yet. I'm going to do that probably Wednesday night. So let me find somebody to raid. I think Menagerie is streaming. They're not streaming Armored Core, but they are streaming... If they're still going, I believe they're streaming Starfield? They are streaming Starfield, okay. And I would like to see how Starfield plays, because it's also been on my radar. Alright, so I will send you guys over to Menagerie. This is fun as normal with the cutie. You're always welcome here. And thank you for calling me cute. Alright, yeah, that's it, main. I don't know what to say. Give Menagerie my best. Don't really have any raid message. We're just gonna let her know we came from Armored Core. I will be back Wednesday night. It's gonna be later. It's gonna be like a 10:30 start. And we'll see about doing some more Armored Core. I'm probably gonna be just Armored Core forever until I beat it. Because as much as I bitch about it, I've loved this game series for years and years and years, and I'm so happy to be playing a new one. Christ, it's only been 10 years since the last Armored Core game came out, and something like 23 years since the last time I played one. Alright, that's it. We're gonna raid Menagerie. Alright. I will see you guys on Wednesday night. Have a good evening.